Hey guys, this is Blue of Blue Rush here. Okay, so I haven't uploaded in about almost a month. Well, I'll explain why. Because of Sonic the Hedgehog. So, in this video, I want to explain my 100% honest opinions on Sonic the Hedgehog. For some reason, a lot of you people don't seem to realize that a lot of my content contains a lot of not being serious at all, being sarcastic, and just a whole lot of satire overall. Sure, I say Sonic is dead. Is he actually dead? I'm gonna say it. No. But if the 25th anniversary game and all the games that they have lined up fails, he will be. It's no surprise. The Sonic the Hedgehog franchise overall, its biggest flaw is that it's always changing. That's its biggest flaw. No matter what you try to tell me, no matter what you're going to say, oh, Generations was good, Unleashed was a perfect game, Secret Rings was a mistake, Sonic Rush was like one of the best games ever. But the thing is, Sonic games never stay consistent, do they? Sure, maybe consistency isn't that good, because eventually people will get bored of it. Unless you find new and different ways to keep it going. That's the thing. That's the thing Sonic games have lacked in forever now. Creativity. See, the thing is, if they never left the adventure formula, who thinks they would honestly get bored of the games? Sure, maybe a lot of you people in this video would say, hey, I'd get bored of it if I could just spin dash and slide and, just run and jump, the same boring controls over and over and over again. But what if they added new gimmicks building on to the gameplay, eventually making a slow, gradual change from what it originally originated from? Sonic Adventure. It was basically the first 3D Sonic game except for Sonic 3D Blast, but we're not going to mention that. But the first real 3D modern Sonic game. Sonic Adventure 2. What did it do? It took the formula, but it changed it. It added some new things. It took away a few things. I will not be like the one who says that Sonic Adventure 2 is the perfect sequel. But it did build on to what Sonic Adventure did have. It added on to it. It gave Sonic new abilities. It basically changed him to the point where people will be able to tell the difference between Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2, even though they are basically the same style of gameplay. Also, the level design did change from Sonic Adventure to Sonic Adventure 2. Sonic Adventure 2, more of the Sonic stages were a little bit more linear. They weren't as big and kind of spacey like the original Sonic stages in the Sonic Adventure game. But what it did do was just Sonic Adventure 2 tried to do something different with what they had. They didn't try to make some new gimmicky thing. They didn't try to add a boost onto this. They didn't try to make motion controls. They didn't try to make Sonic control like total ass or something like that. They just wanted to get the original game that they worked on, the predecessor. And for the sequel, they were going to build on top of that. Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2, they seem like almost entirely different games to me. Not only because Sonic Adventure seems to be more of a 3D version of the classic games, and Sonic Adventure 2 tried to be more modern, tried to be a little bit more edgy, maybe? I'm not just saying that because Shadow's in there, because I honestly hate the whole Edge the Hedgehog, edgy, blah, blah, blah. It's a stupid fucking meme that is going around the world and just... But the biggest problem about Sonic is that he's always changing. The thing is, okay, we had the boost formula. Now, a lot of people will say that, Generations was a way better game than Unleashed. Okay, you can think that. But why do I have to think that? The problem is with you people. Because there are people that says, no, Generations is trash. I mean, good. And it just kind of surprises me a bit. But maybe I have been taking this in a different way. But have I ever been trying to change your opinion about what you've tried to like? Well, do I say, like, your opinion's wrong? No, I just say, well, my opinion, I think it's trash. I'm not trying to make you people believe what I think. But I'm trying to give you at least an explanation, so at least I can have maybe a bit of evidence, an example. Something to show that, my opinion can be solid. People won't be like, nah, he's just saying that just because Sonic is dead. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that because of all my time of playing Sonic Generations. I've been noticing flaws throughout the game. Do I go back to play that game like I did the year of 2011? No. Do I still play it like I did in 2012? Hell no. Have I even touched it at all this year? No. I haven't touched the game in months. Why is that? Because the game doesn't have enough for me. It doesn't have enough content for me. Okay? Maybe there are people who like a 1-hour game like Sonic Generations to play. Because I honestly think Sonic Generations can be beaten in like an hour. Or at least maybe 3 at the most. But I do not see people taking forever to beat that game. It is not that hard. It is not that difficult. It just doesn't have enough for me. Sure, it has missions and all that, but who really wants to go into a stage to play a mission of it? Who wants to rescue Chows in Station Square? Who wants to just go boarding, only it's like the 1-minute boarding session from like the Cityscape Modern stage? Who wants to do that? Or who wants more stages? Who wants them to actually put the effort to port in more stages? Why do we need to have 12? I think there's 12 actually. So there's 3 in Classic, 3 in Dreamcast, and 3 in Modern. So we have 12 worlds basically. 24 levels really. You think of all that time they could have at least done something else? Maybe added in a different stage. Why do we have like 10 missions per era? Actually, not even 10 missions per hour. It's like 180 missions or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember the amount of missions the game has, but why do we have them? Why couldn't they put that time to making more stages? I mean, I get the anniversary is a big thing for Sonic for some reason, but why are they trying to speed things up? Trying to rush the game out, get it all done, just for the sake of having it out. That's one thing I've never liked about Sega. For like the longest time, they've never wanted to really look at the quality of their games. I don't get why people think that, maybe Sonic Colors is better than Sonic Adventure 2. I used to think that. I used to think Colors was a good game. Until I revisited SA2. I don't know what it is, but I think over time, I've just kind of started noticing things about the Sonic games. That, maybe there's more problems in this game than I remember it to be. That's what can happen to a lot of people. Eventually you get older, eventually you get over stuff. I'm not saying I'm over Sonic, it's just like, there hasn't been anything to really get my attention, you see? What has been happening in the past 3 years? Really nothing. 2012. We got Sonic 4 Episode 2. 2013. We got Sonic Lost World. 2014. We got complete trash. In 2015, we barely got a single thing in 2015. There is nothing for me to really hold anything to Sonic. Nothing has been happening. Why should I be interested into something that just nothing is going on right now? That's the thing. When Lost World was revealed, I was hyped, okay? I liked Lost World for a while. But then as I kept playing it over and over and over again, you notice things. You notice the story is not really that good. I used to think the story was pretty good when I first played it. But look at me now. I used to love Generations. I used to think it was one of my favorite Sonic games of all time. But as I kept playing it over and over and over again, I realized I could never really go through with trying to start a new game with Generations. Unlike a whole bunch of other games like Sonic Adventure 2 even, Sonic and the Black Knight, Unleashed, I can't stand to play Generations from start to finish. I don't know what it is, but over time I realized that I don't like going through Green Hill anymore. I don't like Chemical Plant as a stage at all, so I don't even go in there anymore. I like Sky Sanctuary. I used to love Crisis City. I don't like it anymore. I used to like Rooftop Run. Then I realized that there's not really much into that. I only like maybe 3 stages in the entire game. And what about the classic side? The classic side that I used to have just as much fun playing. Just as much fun as playing the modern stages. I hardly even touch classic Sonic anymore. I've noticed that the story overall, nothing really happens. And it's just so short, and it seems like there's no substance at all. Like, why is there a story at all? It's like 30 minutes of cutscenes. Literally. Meanwhile, Unleashed has like hours of cutscenes, hours of content, hours of additional things they didn't need to have. They had missions, sure, but they had more than 2 stages. They didn't use DLC for that, actually. Sure, you have Act 1, Act 2, but there was Act 3, Act 4, sometimes in Act 5. There were more stages just there in the world. You don't even need to complete them, but they are there. Do you need to go into Windmill Isle Act 3? Absolutely not. But you can go if you want. Do you need to talk to that one lady in Shamar about picking up her oranges or whatever, or getting rings? Do you need to get all the hot dogs? No. Do you need to find Wentos and all that? No. Do you need to actually interact with the civilians? Unless they point you in a direction, that's basically all you have to do. You don't have to deal with them for the rest of the game. But you can. That's the thing. Unleashed was a huge game. Unleashed, Sega thought it would be like their last game, their last Sonic game. It seems the more that things move on, it kind of saddens me, but sometimes I kind of wish that Sonic did end with Unleashed. Does anyone else think why Unleashed had so much effort? Because Sega thought it would be their last. Because Sega thought it would be good to go out in a bang. They decided to make animated shorts for it. They gave us extra cutscenes. They gave us, those little CGI shorts that were pretty funny. They gave us all of that. They gave us an amazing soundtrack. They gave us so many things. They gave us a world that I actually wanted to explore. I wanted to go to Apotos. I wanted to go to Atabat. The stages looked nice. The graphics were great. It was such an intriguing game. It made you want to play it. And it's kind of sad because Sega only put so much effort into that game because they thought it was going to be their last. It's kind of sad how things work out like that. I mean, look at Sonic Colors. Do you have big hub worlds? Do you have a world to interact with? Sure, you have 6 acts. I mean, wow, that's a lot of acts for a stage, but to me it always seems like the game was meant to have 3, but they kind of split it in half. Even you can notice it in Tropical Coast. I think it's Zone 1 and either Zone 1 and 2 or 2 and 3, but you literally see the next stage if you manage to glitch past like the goal. So it makes me wonder, why did they decide to split it up anyway? Just so they can put it on the box, be like, oh, you get like 30,000 stages. But they're all split into half, and some stages literally are a minute long. And if not, they're 40 seconds. What am I supposed to think of that? Am I supposed to think, oh, wow, that's good? You know, they put a lot of effort into this game. They could have made it like 3 big stages, you know? They could be like stages being like 4 to 5 minutes. But no, they didn't. They decided to just, they're like, well, we got to keep things consistent. This stage, we're just going to split it in half right there. Leave it there. We got 6 acts. There we go. Now let's make bosses, but let's not make 6 unique bosses. Let's make 3 bosses, and then you just repeat them. What am I supposed to think of that? Oh, Sega's just being lazy. Well, that's exactly what it is. Am I supposed to think they're doing us a favor? They're like, wow, 6 acts, wow, incredible. But how come I can see the next stage in the stage at the end of it? And how come I can even be in that stage? I've seen people glitch it, and they can still play past the goal ring. Why can I do that? Why is that a thing? Why do they need to cut stages like that? They could have made it 3 big acts, or maybe they didn't even need to make it consistent. How about you make Asteroid Coaster 3 acts or something like that? You can make Aquarium Park, because it is water and it will take a little bit longer. Maybe make it like 4 acts. They don't need to keep it consistent like that. They could have just gone with whatever amount of stages they wanted to put in a given stage. They don't need to split them in half like that. They don't need to make minute-long stages. Why? Why am I even playing the game if I'm playing for like a minute and I'm already like 1/6 of the way done with the world? You see what I mean? That's the thing. Sonic overall has just not really piqued my interest because he hasn't been doing much. Am I supposed to be impressed with Sonic Colors? With what it can do? No. Am I supposed to be impressed by Sonic Generations? With stages that still are in like the 2 to 3 minute range of beating, if you're good. If you're not, could take you 5 to 6 minutes. But shouldn't it take you longer? Shouldn't it be 3 minutes, at least at the minimum? And make stages last up to 4 to 5 minutes. Why can't that be the case? Why can't we have big, expansive worlds? Why can't we have a world to play in? And that's the thing about Sonic games now. It seems everything's so closed in. Because I think the boost engine contributed a lot to that. While I'll say Unleashed did bring a lot of good things, the engine it did create allowed for some laziness for the developers. I mean, I get it. Sega wants to get a Sonic game out. Do they need to get it out every year, though? Do they? No. Can they let the Sonic fans wait a year? Yeah. What's going to happen? Are they going to commit suicide over this? No. Simply get some random software developer. Make them make Sonic spin-off titles. Let the big releases be for Sonic Team. Why do they need to keep rushing them to get these games out every year? That's the thing. If you keep releasing Sonic every year, people are going to get tired of it. People are eventually going to get bored of it. I mean, look at what's happening with Assassin's Creed. There's a game every year. But every year, people seem to get less and less excited for it. because they know it's going to happen. They're like, oh, it's just another Assassin's Creed game. It's a yearly thing. Sonic doesn't have to be a yearly thing. It doesn't have to be like it doesn't need to be a holiday. It doesn't need to be like Christmas. Oh, it happens every year. Why? Why do they have that mentality? I don't get why they've been doing that, but it's easy to show that a lot of the quality has went down in their games, in their recent games. It's pretty easy to see it. Along with the story. They've absolutely killed story for Sonic games. Because they try to make everything into a joke. I'm pretty sure even the writers of Sonic Colors actually, wait a minute. No. Okay, so the writers of Sonic Colors, they basically changed the story that the Japanese did have. They changed it a little bit. They made the script like pretty goofy and all that. But now I think Lost World they actually had full control over what the story was going to be. So don't take this. I actually didn't do my research on it. But why do I want to do research on this? This is my discussion video. This is not a factual video. This is a video defending my opinions. Because for some reason, all you people seem to resent me for having an opinion. It's like it's a terrible thing. So what if I say Sonic is trash? So what if I say Sonic Generations isn't a good game? Am I forcing that on you? Am I saying you have to hate Sonic Generations? No. But why do you people just keep saying over and over again, oh, he's just a terrible YouTuber because he hates Sonic now? I don't hate Sonic. I'm just not impressed with him. Eventually that happens. Eventually it gets to the point where there's nothing really exciting going on. You can defend me. You can defend Sonic all you want, but 2015 was a terrible year for Sonic fans. Because we got nothing. They could have done something in 2015. We could have gotten a trailer. At least something for the anniversary game. A logo reveal would be nice. Like a logo of the game, not just the 25th anniversary logo. Maybe at least something. The thing is of Sonic is you have so many ways to bring hype, but they never do it. We need teaser trailers back. We don't want like the first day it's revealed. We already see gameplay. Now I'm going to give one credit to Sonic Generations. What they did was right. They made a teaser trailer, a fully animated trailer. It's modern Sonic running. It's an incomplete version of Green Hill. Things are white. Some things are colored. He's running on the path. He jumps, and classic Sonic appears. And then they both land, and they run towards the screen. Did we get gameplay in that trailer? No. We didn't get anything, really. Meanwhile, Lost World comes out, okay? You see, let me see. How does the trailer even start? Hold on. I'm gonna research this. So we see the Sega logo. And we see, the flickies and all of that. You see the Deadly Six just appear out of nowhere. Powerful enemy emerges. The animals are scared. Sonic comes down, and basically, boom, right to gameplay. Literally, it just goes right into the gameplay. Why did we need that for a reveal trailer? They could have revealed the game a while ago, sure. They could have at least given a logo, something, but they decided to show everything off in one trailer. But that's not the way how you're supposed to hype things up, really. What you're doing is basically already showing, things are basically almost complete. But you don't want to give that illusion. I would have liked it if they literally just animated like this, like CG for like 20 seconds. That's all I need. That's all I need to build hype and build speculation. You don't need to show anything else off for like a whole year if you don't want to. Maybe post a screenshot every now and then, or something. Just keep it in the dark. Because sometimes delays will happen, and sometimes stuff will happen, and you gotta be prepared whenever that happens. The thing is with Sega is now, it's basically just boom, straight up gameplay. They don't want to deal with story anymore. Story is not important to them anymore. They just want to get a game out and finish it and leave it like that. Okay. Well, I think the biggest slap in the face is that the writer for the Sonic games, Ken Pontac, I think that's his name. I know his last name is Pontac or something like that. But he doesn't even know anything about Sonic's history. I think in an interview, he said that he doesn't even really know the Sonic Adventure games, and he barely knows the chronology. That's the biggest slap in the face right there. Why would I don't get it. I don't get it. That's all they want to do now. Do they care about a story? No. Have you seen their last good game with a story? Unleashed? You know, a game that had literally the plot that could have made a movie. Like if the Sonic movie is Unleashed, like as a movie, I would be happy. Because that movie could make that plot could make a movie. But what Sonic plots are really good nowadays? Okay, Sonic Colors. Well, there's these aliens called the Wisps. Eggman kidnaps them, and it's time for Sonic to rescue them. That's literally it. Do we have anything else added on? No. What Unleashed did was also, it showed an adventure, but also it cut back to Eggman sometimes. It showed that, maybe progress is happening here, maybe something is happening here. It also kind of kept us in the dark a little bit for like the exciting conclusion, to find out what all the pieces going together would mean. And I'm not just meaning that because the planet is split into pieces, but just what it did was it created a good plot. That's something we don't get anymore. We don't get a good plot. We get gameplay, sure, but gameplay is kind of a thing that it's all opinion based, really. But the thing is, I don't want them focusing on straight up gameplay. I mean, a game is a game to be played, yes. But a good game, is a game that brings story, music, gameplay, level design, and brings that all together to make a good game. What has Sega been focusing on? Apparently only game. Because as you've noticed it recently, if you have noticed, level design's been getting kind of lazy lately. And even sometimes the controls aren't even that good. I mean, have you seen Sonic Lost World when it originally came out for Wii U? Using the Wisps with the gamepad was a total nightmare. People weren't expecting that. The rest of the game was just completely fine. Well, I mean, not really, but, just it just doesn't. It's not complete anymore. Have you kind of noticed that Sonic is now kind of more fragmented now? It doesn't seem like they're focusing on a big package. It seems like they're kind of focusing on like one aspect, and that's it. Because even recently, the soundtracks for the games haven't really been that good. Don't even say anything about Generations, because Generations is literally just remixes. So you can't even say that as an original soundtrack. You really can't. But Lost World, literally one of the worst Sonic soundtracks I've ever heard. And not even just because, some tracks are catchy, okay? But they sound like something I'd hear in Super Mario 3D World. Sure, even like Sega said, oh, Sonic Lost World is for the Mario fans. Why does it have to be for the Mario fans? Make it for the Sonic fans, the people that have been with you for this entire time, the people who have went through SA2, played Secret Rings, done everything, buyed your games and played them and enjoyed some. So why do you have to focus on different fans now? Hell, if you want to focus on different fans, how about focus on your different franchises? Don't try to make the Sonic franchise this one branch of trying to incorporate everything. Sega's always been fucking retarded, but now they're even doing it even more than usual. Shadow the Hedgehog, why was that game invented? Do we need an edgy Sonic? No. Okay, first off, why do we have the Werehog? Why? Why does this have to be part of Sonic? If anything, you could have made a whole game out of that. Now, I can defend the Werehog. I like the Werehog, but was it necessary? No, not at all. Another thing, they just keep trying to bring in the gimmicks. Why? Why can't we have a normal game? We haven't had a normal game in forever. A game where it's Sonic. We don't need power-ups. We don't need wisps. We don't need Werehog transformations. We don't need multicolored Sonics. I'm tired of seeing, a green Sonic bot. A red Sonic bot. This one's original. He's a white Sonic bot. What is this? What am I playing? I don't want to play just for Sonic. That's the thing. That's another thing that they keep missing out on. What about the other characters? What have they done? When is the last time Knuckles has done a single thing? Sonic 06? But apparently they try to act like that game never happened. So, technically, Sonic Heroes. That's really what I can say. He hasn't done a single thing. What has Rouge done? What has Shadow done? If anything, all those characters that we have built, that have been built around the Sonic franchise, that have came into the Sonic franchise, all the characters that we've had memories of are gone. All we have is Sonic, Tails, Amy, and Eggman, and a joke of a character called Knuckles. Not even the real Knuckles. Honestly, what is that anymore? I'm not even talking about Boom Knuckles. I'm talking about regular Knuckles. What happened to the lone warrior who he did things his own way? He was alone. Why is he around Sonic so much nowadays? They've always been messing around with Knuckles' character, but now he's just become a joke, and it's sickening. These characters are all being turned into jokes. Is that what Sega thinks that the Sonic fan base actually thinks of the characters? Am I supposed to laugh at Shadow? He's like, haha, he's so pathetic, haha, he can't do anything by himself. Do we think that? Do we think Amy's a terrible character? Some might, but some might not. Sonic Adventure, she had a whole arc of being independent. But eventually, she's reverted back to whatever she was back in the 90s. Knuckles, he was that one cool guy that we had in Sonic 3. I wasn't around for Sonic 3. I came into the Sonic fan base around Sonic Unleashed. But somehow, I seem to know more about this franchise than some people. Somehow I seem to notice things a lot more than other people. I think it's kind of sad, actually. I came into this franchise really late. There are people that have been playing, games, probably their whole life for Sonic. I haven't. I came into the Sonic franchise relatively late. But over time, I've realized that I've played the classics. I've played all of them. I love them all. But I love the game. I love the adventure games, okay? I even like Secret Rings. I like Black Knight. I love Unleashed. But I don't like Generations or Colors, and that makes me a bad person? Does it make me a bad Sonic fan? does it make me a bad Sonic fan to hope that Sonic games will actually be good again? Do I have to suck Sega's dick? No. Anyway, I should probably end this right now. Because I just think I should. I think it's just better off if I just kind of leave this off like this. I don't want to kiss Sega's ass. I don't want to kiss Sega's ass. I don't want to be that one guy who's saying, oh yeah, Generations is perfect, Colors is perfect, because not every game was perfect. Trust me, not every Sonic game is perfect. But somehow, if I say one thing is bad about it, everyone hates me. Okay? I don't care if you people hate me. I really don't care if you people hate me. But I want you all to think that at least my opinions can be solid. I'm not talking out of my ass that Sega's trash, and I'm not giving you guys like, oh, they're just trash, and I'm just leaving it like that. I'm giving you guys reasons why I don't like Sega, why I don't like Sonic. It's not even I don't like Sonic as a franchise, I just don't like Sonic now. I just don't like Sonic now. That's really it. Anyway, I'll just go for now. That's my opinions. No jokes. No holding back. I still have plenty more to talk about, but I should probably just end it here. Okay, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Next video. If I ever want to make another YouTube video again. Because frankly, Sonic the Hedgehog has basically almost killed my love for YouTube. That's why I'm trying to get away from him. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.